Hi guys, welcome to my fourth set of book critiques. The first book that I chose to review is Harry the Dirty Dog. I love how the illustrator chooses to use only yellows, greens, blacks, and whites for the illustrations, and I also love the different emotions that you can see in the characters' faces throughout the story. The next book is Mrs. Malarkey Doesn't Live in Room 10. And I had to laugh reading this book because as a kid, I totally did think that teachers lived in the school. So I could just see kids really loving this story. So like here's the teacher's lounge, and this is what they imagine that the teacher's lounge looks like. It's just a bunch of beds and all the teachers having a party every night, and they're like, oh, well, that's why we can't go in the teacher's lounge because it's their messy bedroom and stuff like that. The third book is called Maybe, and it's about the endless potential in all of us. The illustrations in this story were very beautiful. Like, look at these butterflies. This little pig can also be found on every page of the book. Here's another image from the book, and this is the character, like, climbing into the book, and I just thought it was really cool how it's, like, a book portrayed inside of a book, and how she's diving into that book. And then here's the little pig again. The fourth story is Superhero and the Barber of Doom. The illustrations in this book are also amazing. And here's this little boy named Rocco, and he thinks that his superpowers come from his hair, and his hair ends up getting cut off, and then he gets all sad and depressed, and then all the illustrations become black and white at this point when he is like sad. And the color comes back at the end of the story when he realizes that his powers do not come from his hair. The next story is Tickle Monster, and this is wrote in a poetic way. It has a lot of rhyming words and teaches children about the different parts of the body. So here the Tickle Monster is about to tickle under the armpits, and throughout different parts of the book, they're tickling different parts of the body. So you can use it to teach children about parts of the body and rhyming. Trombone Shorty is a biography and also multicultural, and it's about Troy Andrews, who is known as Trombone Shorty, and how he became a famous musician, and the illustrations are very abstract and beautiful. The seventh book is Song of the Water Boatman and Other Pond Poems, and this is a poetry book, and throughout it has a bunch of different poems about different things that you can find in or around a pond. So this one is dragonflies, and I love how this dragonfly is like popping out of the page. It's made so large that it just looks like it's about to come out at you. And along with the poems, there's also like informational facts on each page about whatever the poem is about. So this is about dragonflies, so this is about a specific type of dragonfly. The last story is my featured text. It's Once Upon a Time Online, and this is a fractured fairy tale. So it takes fairy tales and it puts a spin on them, and in this case it's a technology spin. So here it starts. He started to climb it, but from somewhere up high, a tightly wrapped package fell from the sky, and inside this package, Jack finds a laptop, but he's not sure what it is. So he goes searching for help, and Cinderella tells him, like, oh, it's a laptop. Then throughout the story, like, they discover online shopping, they share it with all their friends. So here, like, Cinderella got ready and went to the ball without needing her fairy godmother at all. With the help of her phone and clever new app, Red Riding Hood set out to follow a map. Little Pig's houses were built on doubles. Wolf was too busy gaming to cause any trouble. Then Rapunzel didn't have to let down her hair. She just turned on her tablet and the prince was right there. So it just shows how technology has integrated into the different characters' lives, and also uses a lot of rhyming. So the first lesson that I would use with this book is involving technology and computer science. So it describes the ways that people use technology in their daily work and personal lives to understand technology's impact on one's community. So the students in my second grade class are going to make a video, and they are going to talking about how technology impacts them and their community, and they're going to send it to a bunch of students in Liberia, and the students in Liberia are going to send a video back, and then they're going to create a Venn diagram comparing and contrasting how we use technology. Here's an online tool to create the Venn diagram with. The next lesson is going to be writing their own fractured fairy tales with a technology spin. And they're going to need to use words like first, second, third, describe characters' actions, thoughts, and feelings. And then once they're done, they're going to type it up, and I'm going to create a book for them using Canva. So here's my example. I use the Beauty and the Beast, and here's my cover page for the book. And then I'm not going to read the whole poem. You guys can pause it and read it. But once upon a time, just a few years ago, there was a young handsome prince who had a very big ego. And so I tried to incorporate some rhyming into it, just like the author of our story did. And I also use words like first, while, finally. Here's an example of different cover pages. And once all the students write them, we will create a big book and print it out, and we can have it in our classroom to read. Here are the books that I reviewed. I hope you guys all have a wonderful day. Thank you.